Well, folks, we're back with another video. I know it's been a few months since we've been able to publish something, but we've been super busy, had a lot of things going on, but we're back on track. We've got some stuff getting ready to come out real soon, a whole lot more nickel hunts, and we're gonna hit the first of the year. We're gonna be publishing almost every week, several times a week, not just the normal twice a week that we had been doing, but we're gonna be publishing multiple times a week through the month of December, hopefully, and then we're going to hit January 2025 back running. So we're back, and we are back with another special collector series video. And our friend and subscriber Preston is going to be excited about this because this beautiful trade dollar actually belongs to him. Let me see if I can get it to focus in here with my new camera set up. But this trade dollar belongs to our friend Preston. I've had this for a month and a half, 2 months now, and we're going to send this off. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what these are and why you have to be careful with these, because there are a lot of fakes out there, and we're going to test this one, and I'm going to share some information about what I've been able to find out about this particular coin. But the trade dollar was issued beginning in 1873 and was produced for just over about 6 years through 1878. 1878 was the last year that it was produced for production or struck for production. Now, these were particularly struck to be used in China, in Asia, and it was to challenge the pieces of 8, the Mexican silver pieces of 8, and the Chinese just didn't like using gold, so they wanted a silver coin for world international trade. And so the United States started minting these particularly for that purpose. Now, a lot of these were repatriated after they were actually outlawed. They were decommissioned, if you will, in, I think it was, well, in February of 1878. These were no longer legal tender. That law was repealed. Actually, it was repealed in 1876. So the act in 1873 that allowed these to be published was repealed in 1876, July 22nd, 1876. And a lot of them were repatriated, and a lot of them were sold. But here's the thing. They were sold for just the silver value. So if you know, 1878 was the first year of the Morgan dollar, and Morgan dollars had a $1 legal tender. Now, these were heavier than the Morgan dollar, but dealers and others were only paying about 90 cents to the dollar for these at the time. Now, you can't buy them for that now unless it is a fake, and there are a lot of fakes out there. These are one of the most counterfeited coins of U.S. production. And so Preston gave me this. We looked at it. I didn't know a whole lot about these, so I wanted to get it checked out. And so we're going to get this checked out, and I'm going to show you and tell you what we did to verify if this is real or not. And then we're going to talk a little bit about collecting these. So the first thing we want to do is, of course, we want to measure and weigh the coin. We want to know if it sticks to a magnet, and this one doesn't. It doesn't stick to a magnet. And so it should be about, the diameter of this coin should be about 38 inches. So I got my calipers out here. I'm going to turn them on here, zero it out. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to measure this thing, and we're going to see how it measures. All right, so I said it's 38.1. It's measuring 37.9495. So that's within tolerance. Obviously, this one has some wear to it. So the diameter's right. It doesn't stick to a magnet. Let's get our trusty little scales out here and see what the scales say. So these should weigh around 27, about 27.1, 27.2 grams. So we've got it on grams here. We'll put it on there. 26.8, almost 26.9. So it's within the tolerance. Again, this has a lot of wear to it. And so the weight and the diameter seem to match. Now, there's a couple other things we can do. And I'm gonna whip out my phone here and pull up my ping tester. And I've already got it set, and get that wire out of the way. I've already got it set for the trade dollar from 1878, 90% silver, 27.2 grams, a diameter of 38.1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little ping tester here, and we're going to see what we come up with. All right, so we hit check. Whoops. All right, there we go. You see, I had a little trouble reaching around here to do that, but you can see we've got it actually, it tested good. So the ping tester tested well. All that being said, it could still be fake. So what I did a couple weeks ago is I went to a show in Knoxville, Tennessee, visited a couple different dealers. I had it tested on a Sigma, and it actually tested 90% from that time period, pre-1900, 90% silver. Sigma tested well. Again, diameter's good, ping test good. Everything looks good so far. So I took it to two other dealers. One looked at it twice at his shop and again at the show. And then another dealer at the show took a very good look at it. The first guy looked at it and immediately said, it's genuine. And so I was a little concerned about how quickly he authenticated it. And so I went to the show the next day, talked to a couple guys, and one of them said, hey, that guy over there, that booth that's buying coins today, he's got a big buying coins today sign over his booth. That's the guy you need to see. So I went over to see him, and it was the same guy that I'd seen the day before. So we stopped and we talked for a few minutes. I showed him the coin again. He said, absolutely, it's real. You don't have any worries with it. So I took it to one other guy at the show who was an expert in these as well. He looked at it under a loop. One of the things, and I'm not going to be able to get it on the camera here, but you can tell by the reeded edge, a lot of times you can tell this is a San Francisco mint mark. The mint mark is right here under the 420 grain 0.900 fine silver. It is an S mint mark. Most of these were minted in San Francisco and in Carson City because of their proximity to the West Coast and being closer to Asia. And so very common coin. But fortunately for our friend Preston, it is real. It is an authentic 1878, the last year they made them, trade dollar. Now, we're going to send this in to PCGS, have it certified and have it encapsulated. He wants to put it away and save it for his boys. This coin in this grade, and it's got pretty good detail to it. The only thing that's really wrong with this coin, unfortunately, what would make this coin really interesting is if there were chop marks on it from China. There are not any chop marks on it. It does have some environmental damage to it, as you can see. What I mean by that is simply it's been exposed to the elements and it is tarnished. Now, PCGS may recommend having it restored, and we'll talk about that. And of course, when we get the coin back from PCGS, we'll do a video follow-up on this coin. So we're going to send this off to be certified, encapsulated. and maybe restored, and our friend Preston can be able to put that up. Now, in this condition, I'm guessing, based upon the other ones that I've seen and comparing this to, this coin is probably going to sell in the $250 range, just because of the condition that it's in right now. If it's restored, if it grades well, it may bring a little bit more than that, because it does have really good detail still in a lot of the lower surface areas. The higher surface areas, again, are fairly worn, but still a lot of good detail to it, and just a beautiful coin. Now, when it comes to collecting these, you can really put together a decent collection of these. Again, they're only from 73 to 83. It's going to cost you a few $1,000s probably in a decent grade, but you want to stay under probably mint state 65, 63. If you can find some AUs, you could put a nice set of these together. Now, proofs, they continued to produce proofs through, I think, 1893 or 1895, something like that. I'm trying to look back at my book here and see, when did they, let's see, through after 78, only proofs were made at the Philadelphia Mint, and that continued through, well, 1885. 1885 was the last year for the proofs. So proofs are going to be a whole lot more. There's some out there that are really nice, but you're looking at, in a nice mint state grade, you're looking at a couple, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for those. You can put these into a typeset. You can find some of these like this one for a few $100s that would look nice in a typeset as well. Well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helped a little bit. If you have any questions about that, put that in the comments below. If you have any suggestion for future videos on a collector series coin, something that you would like to collect or something you do collect that you would like more information about, drop that in the comment section below as well. And we're going to be back with some more videos again, more frequently. But I appreciate you joining us today, and we'll see you again real soon.